Hi everybody, back again. Morning chat. It's 10 to 11 Ohio time. Last read, we were 5 minutes from 10:10. That's okay. I was just watching Chiron Intuition. He's awesome. So he premiered a bunch of videos, and this one he was talking about was how the person's not going to change. They're shallow. They still haven't learned their lesson. You might want to go over there and watch his stuff. He's premiering like maybe 3 or 4 videos. He doesn't show his face. He works from the table like a lot of them, but I'm beginning to like him. Like he's coming in like behind Tyler and Soul Source. He's like my third dude to go to because he's incredible, and he doesn't, he reads the tarot, but he doesn't he gives life lessons with it, and he's able to spin it with life. It's not just like King of Pentacles, the Sword cards, the Queen of Cups. He doesn't just say that. He like spins it around with the actual situation that's happening. For those of you that didn't watch the first video, I have a Band-Aid on. I don't know if you guys remember, but back here, I had that big orange plate. It was like crackle glass. I got it like 13 years ago in Canada. And I was rearranging the table because you can see the computer monitor and the books. And I thought if I put a little bit of something in front of it, you wouldn't be able to see it and it wouldn't look like crap. So this candlestick right here, it's pineapple, it's all metal. I was being lazy. I was like this, trying to move it, because I moved the orange plate over, so I was pushing that over, and it fell right on top of it, knocked it on the floor behind the screen, and there was glass everywhere. There's no way I could glue it back together. So I had to throw it away. So I'm like not very happy, but it's material things. Who gives a shit? There's worse things to worry about. There's people that don't have food. Okay, we're working on a Season of the Witch, Beltane, back of the cards, foil. Oh yeah, if you guys like the chats and the read, please give me a like, subscribe, and share so we can get the numbers up. I don't think that I can go live until I have so many videos, but I have to check that again. I know there's like some things I can't do. I have to have like, I think 1,000 likes or something like that, or maybe it's 1,000 hours of content. I'm gonna give, okay, I can take that one. I'm gonna give this annual speech, Indulgence. She showed up in the last read. If you clicked off that read, please watch it, because the beginning when we did our chat, there was a lot of good informative stuff in there. I always try to give names of references. Like the 2 men that I referenced are narcissist counselors and psychologists, and one of the guys well known. He pretty much started the movement. Surrender. I'll give you the spiel. Oak. If the person is not shuffling in front of the camera, pass them on by. The goat. Because we don't know what they're doing. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. And if you play any board game, I used Clue as an example in the last one. Man, if you're in there and you're taking, like when somebody gets up from the table, we did it when we were younger, and you take the card and you're like, ooh, they're not looking, and stick it at the bottom, and then the older siblings figure it out. I'm the last of 7. Dude, I remember one time my sister Heidi knocked, we had these ladder back chairs, okay? It looks like a ladder, and they were way taller than us. She took that chair, the spindles on the back of it, and she pulled me over onto the ground, and we broke the chair, and we got in trouble for it. All because I'm gonna put the card under, she'll never see it. She was in the kitchen, and she was standing there. I didn't see her. She was standing there watching me. She supposedly went in there to make a sandwich, and she was standing and watching me, and she goes, I caught you. I caught you. I fucking caught you. And she came in, and she like, and you're probably figuring, where's your freaking parents when all this is going on? Now, everybody knows damn well the parents hear. The parents hear it, but they want to see how far it goes and if they can work it out amongst themselves. If they can't and it gets to a fist fight, they'll run in. So, boundaries. These are all cards that we've gotten before, so maybe we are getting a connective message. Growth. That was in the last one, and so was indulgence. And I shuffle them. Okay, let's see what we have here. Oh, let's put my glasses on. The goat. Fearless I am in the path I chose, for I've never been led astray, always finding my way. And they're under the full moon. Boundaries. Boundaries are sewn into the parts of who you are, for they are not to be crossed. That's a card number 3, so 333. You are worth every desire, every dream. Demand what is yours, demand what you need. And it's indulgence, and it's the number 10. 9 plus 1 is 10. Surrender. There's nothing more blissful than the act of letting go, of setting yourself free for all that doesn't serve you. Trying to put these in order. And we have the oak. Don't just look within, dive deeply into the eternal realms of knowing. Now. We have the girl. She's at completion. She's got the ring around the bathtub, which means eternity. But when you get to completion, you're never going to be the same again. Your looks are going to change. Your values going to change. Your morals, your work ethic, all of that's going to change. Everything in life's going to change. Nothing is going to look the same. And in doing that, you're surrendering. And a 4 plus 1 is a 5. And in tarot, 5 is letting go. 5 is a death. Letting go. You're not going back. You can't go back. There is nothing left to go back to. Your soul has changed. You ascended, and your vibration ascended. You could be pushed to a new timeline as well. And also, when your vibration changes, there's a lot of things that you get rid of. You get rid of family members that aren't doing you any good. You get rid of friends. You get rid of love interests. You might belong to certain civic activities or sports that you no longer align with. You might change your diet. Like when that happened to me, like in the past few weeks, I've stopped eating meat. Chicken, it smells so bad. But I understand what they're talking about now. So she's to 10. This starts the transformation. It might have been on the full moon. It could have been during the day. See this river? I believe the river has gotten her to the indulgence. And she's taking a spiritual bath, which is going to propel her into the next leg, which is surrendering. And it's a 5, so it's letting go. There is no going back, buddy. And you can see the B on her, but it's almost like an I on the back of her neck. And she's walking down a path as well. But there's no mountains like in this one, so I think she has a straight path. She walked all these mountains, and that was trouble that she had to go through in order to get her awakening. What comes out of that is boundaries. The sun comes out, she has a pink aura, a pink gown, and she's ready to set her boundaries, write them down, or have a clear-cut vision of what they are. And when she starts interacting with people after this death and surrender, she's not going to put up with any wrongdoing towards her. She's going to speak up about it or tell the person, I'm sorry, but I can't be around you anymore. Just so you know, I'm not ghosting you or breadcrumbing you. You always want to give that goodbye, because that's karma that's going to come on you later. So she's headed down the path, boom, 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 boom. She's got her boundaries set. She's further along the trail now. The mountains have come back. There's a trail headed down this way. As I said in the last few days, there's a cardinal. So somebody that has passed on is watching her. There's a sparrow, and they're good luck, and they're good workers to build their nests. And there's an empty nest here. So maybe you're truly on your own. Maybe you went through a divorce. Maybe your kids have left for college. Maybe your kids are working, moved out on their own, that you're in this alone. But you're really not in it alone. There are people that will help you along the way and that you'll meet. You just need to use your boundaries to pick those people so you don't end up in a 10. You know, you don't end up going over mountains and in the dark where you're out of sorts. You don't know what's happening. You're in the dark. And then having to surrender and go down, which isn't a bad thing because you're actually going through a spiritual awakening. And then setting boundaries. Back to the oak tree. The tree's just starting to bud out. So, and he's deeply rooted, goes for miles. The tree roots go, and especially when a tree gets really large. The tree is just budding out, and we're in spring. The buds have not started coming out, at least where I'm at in Ohio. I don't know. People overseas, they might have. Maybe not, because they're in the spring. They're summer time right now. So they've already had them. But regardless, they have full blooms on their trees. So this is coming. This is coming. Be prepared to walk down your path. Enact your boundaries so you can walk down the new path into your new life. We're going to make mistakes along the way, but it's not anything that you can't handle. That's why it's good to write your boundaries down so you have a clear-cut idea. When it's time for us to make decision on a snap judgment, we don't always make the right decision, or we leave details out. My therapist always told me to write them down. It's a goal sheet. It's a goal sheet and it's a boundary mixed into one. Doesn't have to be fancy. You could just take a Post-it note and list it, or a note card and stick it in your purse. The goat is fearless. I am in the path I chose, for I've never been led astray, always finding my way. And that speaks for itself. He's got the full moon, so under the next full moon, you're probably going to come to your transformation. It might not wait until the trees start to bud. It might not wait until you have all your boundaries set, which this is the utmost importance. These two are walking down the path together. She's just starting here, and he's already finished. Look how he's just laying there out in the field. He has his third eye open, helping to see into the future and his surroundings. So she had to go on her own. She had quite the trek. Quite the trek. I'm going to say something. She was already completed. And in my mind, in my opinion, when you're at this point and you've traveled up and down the mountains, you've had everything happen to you, you've been cheated on, you lost a job, you know, your money's dwindling, your health is in bad repair, everything is falling apart around you. That happens when you're getting ready to go through an awakening. You can look it up, it will tell you. You're left for dead, but not physically. You're left for dead spiritually. This spiritual being, which you can't see because she's in the 3D, conscious reality, physical being, you can bet on a soul level, she is dead. This soul in this body with the number 10 no longer exists. Gone. Done. This lady takes over, and she's at a 5. That's letting go too. This is the first part of the spiritual death. This is the second part, where it starts to propel you and have you walking towards the new life. The oak is the next one you're going to encounter. You're going to encounter the oak next in your spiritual climb. She's gone. Spiritual death. Walking you to the next advancement. I just lost my train of thought. Taking you to the next advancement or level of spirituality, ascension. She's on her path, walking to the next level that she needs to go to. She's using boundaries while she's doing it. The goat, that's the new beginning right there with this third eye. He's never going to stop watching. The card number is 13. 13 isn't an unlucky number as everyone thinks it is. It's not. Same with 666. So I want to show you guys something. and then I'll part. What do you guys see that matches in this cards? We have beginning and end of her journey, which she's out because she was the next level up. She raised her vibration. That's what I was looking for. Full moon, full moon. So under the full moon, she's traveling this river up to this point. On a full moon or near it, you either are going to shed this part of you or already have shed it. He's the end. He is the pinnacle. That is your ascension. Look at the long, lustrous horns that you have and the pretty silver coat. Number 13. And the goat. You know what that means, don't you? Because I'm a Michael Jordan fan. Greatest of all time is the GOAT. So even when you were in this and trying to find your way, you were the GOAT because you traveled forward. You set your boundaries. You walked the long, hard path. To gain this greatest of all time. With that, you're going to get growth, which is a number 7. So 777, that's for sure an angel number. Inside myself, I've sown beauty with wounds, which speaks of my immortality in the expansive eternal song, softly bellowing in spirit. Death, shedding skin, growth, life, new way of being. And I believe, boundaries. I believe this is going to hit you by a full moon, maybe a new moon. New moon or full moon. It could be this month. When you do 13 and it breaks down to 4, we have a new moon coming up in, is it Pisces or Aries? I can't remember. It's Mercury driven. I want to say Aries. Anyways, you'll have to look it up. The greatest of all time, which you are, the GOAT. 13. 1 plus 3 is 4. Could be, it's April 6th, I know that. But for shits and giggles, because I love to say it, because I hear other readers, it could be 4 days, 4 nights, 4 weeks, or 4 months. I don't like to put months on anything, because what's going to happen is, they know that it could be out that far, but why discourage somebody on their walk? Why? Especially when they're already shedding the skin, the soul. You've had a soul death and it's reborn. These are the 2 most important cards in this deck. Boundaries and the GOAT, greatest of all time. If you can get your boundaries set, look at the big aura ring in the sun around here. If you can get your boundaries set, you're not going to have issue. And this is going to be you. So that's all for today. I'm copying Damien. He's so cute. But that's besides the point. Wait. Yeah, that's it. Anyways, this was kind of serious, and I hope everyone likes, subscribes, and shares my stuff so I can go live, so we can get a better room in here. Not that this isn't good, but you won't have to hear me ramble all the time. We'll have other people, and I play better off of people than I do myself. But I don't know if I'll be doing another video or not. That was pretty awesome, and sorry it ran over. I like to give life lessons or suggestions from my own life, and I like to give other readers shout outs. It only helps everybody. And try Chiron Intuition. That dude is awesome and professional, awesome. He sounds like a young kid or younger gentleman. You don't ever see his face though, which is fine, but he uses cool cards that not everybody else uses. And I don't believe he does monthly readings. Most of his stuff runs like a story like mine with tarot mixed in. And I just watched one about your person coming back, and he said that the person wanted their cake and eat it too. So, but they didn't know how to do that. They didn't know how to buy the cake to be able to want their cake and eat it too. So it is what it is. I'll see you guys later. Maybe I'll just do one more and that's it. I don't know if I'm going out of town still. I just fly by the seat of my pants. I have a bag packed, so if my friends like, come on, then I go. It depends if we have to do more of the acting that we were doing on the movie set, which I can't talk about. So they make you sign like these legal documents, and I really don't feel like being sued by a Hollywood studio because I don't have the money to fight that. So I'm from Ohio. Come on, man. But see you later.